Yo, what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 12 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is Friday, the 24th of March, 2023 right now. XSplit just joined the chat right now. Yo, Wagwan right now. It is game night. We're about to play Final Fantasy, but before that, let's just chat for a little bit. How you doing, XSplit? Let me switch over to this screen. Yo, how is ya, man? How is ya? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream on the 24th of March. How are you? I'm doing okay, you know. Let's see. How's my day today? My day was pretty, I guess, normal. I guess nothing too out of ordinary. You know, did some driving work in the morning. Let's see, I did a little bit of writing for my next video for the movie channel. I had a nap. Oh, I had to fix a tire on my car actually. So I had a puncture on my car, and so I had to fix that. But I feel like I've gotten pretty decent at fixing punctures. I've done it a few times now. I think when you drive around as much as I do, tire punctures are kind of an inevitability. You know, I've had a few now for a while. The first one, I remember I paid somebody to come fix it, and I paid £60 for him to come fix it because it was like a call out. And when I saw him do it, not to be arrogant or whatever, but it did kind of look like, I mean, if I had the right tools, I can probably learn to do that myself. That's what I was thinking. You know, like, because I won't get me wrong. I mean, like, £60 was fine to pay because he's coming out to do it. He's got to pay his bill, but I ain't complaining about that. But at the same time, I was kind of looking at it like, you know what? Those tools don't look too difficult to use. I could probably learn how to do it if I had the right tools. So I looked up on YouTube how to fix a tire puncture, and found some videos showing how to do it and what you need. So I bought a puncture repair kit from Amazon, and yeah, every time I've had a puncture, I've done it myself. I want to say it's not difficult. It's tricky for sure. And certainly if you don't have anything that can lift your car up off the ground, so you kind of have to be on the ground, you know, trying to do it, it can be a little bit finicky, a little bit tricky. But yeah, it's doable. It's doable. So I've been fixing my tire punctures myself. Yes, I have been fasting. So fasting was yesterday. And yeah, so far I fasted both days. How about yourself? Have you been fasting? I'm not fasting right now though. The fast period is over for today, for at least in the UK anyway. It might be different where you are in the world. Been starving. You know what though? I find that going without food is the easy bit for me. I mean, different people are going to say different things, I know. But personally for me, I feel like going without food is the easy bit. What is tricky, however, or what is difficult, is more so the routine. Because I guess you spend like a whole year going around eating whenever you want to eat, whatever, right? And then you come to this part of the year where you got to fast between, was it dawn and sunset, right? And, you know, so you got to change your eating habits. And so all the times where it's like, you know, you normally go eat something, or you normally get up to go to the kitchen, or you normally, right, you can't do that. So for me, it's more the habits of it. Yo, what up, Reese? Reese M, how you doing? Fasting begins in like 5 or 6 hours. Okay, so you still got some time for you then. Still got some time. Okay, cool. You got plenty of time actually. I think for us now, the next day fasting begins, I guess about 6-ish hours from, no, more than that. What am I talking about? About 8 hours. About 8 hours. I'm so skinny, I almost passed out. If I hadn't eaten in an hour or two. Ooh, be careful, man. Be careful. If you're feeling ill, you know, if you're feeling ill, then yeah, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Like, so yeah. Not bad, mate. I've been cleaning the house all day. Boring. Hey, it's gotta be done though. It's gotta be done, because if you don't clean a house, but that mess is something to deal with. So yeah, man, it's gotta be done. Nobody wants to do it, but it's gotta be done. 6:30 p.m. here. That's where the fasting ends. Okay, it's about the same over here actually. I think that's, well, 6:20. I think it was about 6:20 something. But yeah, not too far off. Not too far off. It's 11 in the evening. Ooh, excuse me. 11:17. Yeah, so you could eat now. You're alright for now. Feel a bit better now. It's all spanking anyway. Oh, nice. That's the thing though. Once it's it sucks when you gotta do it, but once it's done, yeah. Yo, Jake's, little Jake's in the place, and Brack Spivvy in the place to bivvy. Wagwan. Wagwan. How's your days going, man? How's your days been? Appreciate you guys joining this live stream. Got 3 chickens. Oh, how many pets you got now, XSplit? I swear you had, like, was it ducks and goats and things? Like, you had bare animals in your house, I swear. Man's got a farm practically in his house. I'm gonna finally go on my copy of Resident. Oh, nice. Have you played it yet? How is it? How is it? I actually got a new game recently myself. Well, new for me anyway. It's not exactly new. It came out a couple of years ago. I very rarely buy new games these days. That's what I got recently. Be right back. I books those are 2 extra. Being alright. Yes, thinking of selling my PS4. I never use it. I don't play much games, to be fair. Yeah, and I get that. I get that, especially when it's just kind of there, you know. I would say before you sell it, and I don't know, maybe you thought this already, I don't know, but before you sell it, I would say that consider things like, does it take up significant amount of space? Like, could you realistically be using that space for something else? Also, if you sell it, the money you get, is that money that you need? You know, those are questions I'd ask, and the reason for that is because, like, there's always that balance that you have to strike between not being a junk collector, right? You know, not just hoarding things, but also at the same time, you don't want to just get rid of things, you know, that you might end up wanting to use, and you know what I mean? You never know when you want to use something again. So I feel like the balance, the questions needs to ask is, how much space is it taking up? You know, can you use that space? Can you realistically use that space for something else that is going to be more valuable to you right now? And you know, if you sell it, the money you get from it is that money that you really need. Because if it's not really taking up a lot of space, there's nothing else that you can do with that space, at least nothing really significant you can do with that space. You're not going to get much money for it, you know, or money that you get is not necessarily money needed. I'd say it's probably not worth selling it in those cases. That being said, yeah, if there is things you could do with it, other stuff that you can do, the money that you need, you know what I mean, then it's like, okay, it might be worth selling on. But hey, you might have different priorities than I do, so. So there's storms, damn man, there's storms in your neck of the woods, man. Be careful out there, bruh. Be careful. Sell it and buy it again when the price drops. Yeah, I know what you mean. At the moment, I'm in the habit of collecting old CRT TVs from the side of the road and fixing them up. They just look so much better for retro gaming. I've got 4 of them. I see. In that case, it might be worth selling and looking to get like a PS1, you know, because that was made more for the CRT TVs. You know, I mean, so PS1 or pretty much anything before PS1 and earlier. Or let's see, actually no, I guess even Dreamcast actually was made for CRT TV. So Dreamcast, N64, PS1, that generation, maybe the original Xbox as well, because I think that was about 2000 that came out. That was made, yeah, that would have been made more for CRT TVs. Actually, no. I mean, I guess that ran about that time, it probably would have been more of a mix, because I think LCD TVs and plasma TVs were coming into a bit more in the mainstream. So I think the Xbox would have, I think it definitely had ports for like an LCD screen. So it wasn't, I mean, it'd be fine on a CRT, of course, but it wasn't necessarily made for CRTs, as you know what I mean? Like, whereas back when PlayStation was coming out, nobody had an LCD screen, so you're making it very specifically for CRT screens, and certainly going back into like the 8-bit era or the 16-bit era and earlier, that was all CRT. You know what I mean? You nobody had like, there wasn't even a thought like LCD plan, whatever. It was all CRT. So they were made with the RF signal box. They had to switch back and forth. You plug the error into one bit, you know. So yeah, those consoles, I say, are probably like 16-bit and earlier, definitely. PlayStation, N64, and Dreamcast, I think. Xbox is still gonna look pretty good in the CRT, but yeah, I feel like once you go into the Xbox era, you're branching a little bit more into that bridge of the LCDs, and it still looks good in CRT. It's fine, not saying that, but it's not necessarily made for it either. Well, not entirely anyway. Back. Oh yeah, the PS1 still has Crash Team Racing and ready to go. Nice. Crash Team Racing I fixed and sold a few plasma over the past couple of years. That people are still after them. Some people reckon the color is superior to LCD. From my experience, I'd agree with that actually. I think plasma screens did look better, but plasma screens had the issue with burning. And that's what really put me off the plasma screen. Like the pitch quality was great, but the issue of screen burning was just too much. You spend so much on the TV, and he end up with like a burnt-in image. You know, it's like, bloody hell, man. It's like, no, I ain't trying to do that, man. I ain't trying to do that. So yeah, LCD was kind of like, for me, an all-around better choice because you still had a good image with it, but you didn't have to worry about screen burning as much. The only thing with LCDs you have to worry about is like dead pixels, but dead pixels weren't as common. That being said, one of my LCDs right now has a dead pixel on it, so it does happen. Yeah, I just be making your bread and keeping and then work smarter, work smarter, not harder. Yeah, indeed. You gotta work hard. What you want, need. I'm not going to play Resident 4 till my birthday. Okay, saving it. Birthday next week, Wednesday. Okay. Gotta remember that day. I have to remember that. We gotta sing happy birthday to. Sorry, I'm gonna say happy birthday to Jacob on Wednesday. Well, might not be live on Wednesday. Actually, no, we're not gonna be live on Wednesday. So I have to do it next Friday then. Next Friday, we're singing happy birthday to Jacob. Work smarter than harder, yeah. Yeah, the blacks are better. Yeah, the new OLED TVs are bad for screen burn. Especially how things are. Yeah, it's a season for bad weather in the south again. Damn, man, be careful out there, man. Wait, the OLED TVs, they're quite new though, aren't they? Aren't they a newer technology? I mean, I'd have funked that sort of thing would be not so much an issue. Apparently not. Apparently not. All right. So let me switch over to this screen because we're gonna start the gaming. That's not what I'm trying to look at, by the way. The game should pop up on the screen in a moment. The actual game that I'm playing. There we go. Playing some more Final Fantasy VII today. Yeah, it's new tech. They don't have a backlit LCD. They're closer to how the plasma's. Oh, I see. Yeah, big Dave. Also, I'm gonna be there. Oh, also my bad. The lost inbox message. You know, I've got two right now for my PC, for my computer. I use two LCD monitors. They're both 22 inches. They're relatively small. Well, not tiny, but you know, they're not gigantic. But I sit close, so it's not fine. It's not a problem. But they're not 4K. These are just regular HD 1080p monitors that I use, and I've had these for years. And I know that I could upgrade to 4K and that whole thing. I haven't done that. Main reason is because as good as 4K is, and it's definitely a better quality. I ain't trying to say it isn't. It never felt like a big enough leap to go out and buy a whole TV for. You know what I mean? Like, it never felt like a big enough leap. Like, the difference between, say, standard definition and HD was immense. The difference between the HD and 4K is not so much, in my opinion. So, if these monitors ever break, then yeah, I'd have to look into. I might look into getting a 4K monitor at that point. But I feel like for now, I've been fine with these regular schmegular LCD HD monitors at 22 inches. If I sat further away from the screen, it might be a problem, but I don't, so yeah. Alright, so I gotta go to Cosmo Canyon because we gotta go speak to this guy's granddad. But I could just fly over the map now. I can fly anywhere I want to. I just need to remember where I'm supposed to be going. I think it might be this way actually. Okay, is this it there? Yeah, this is it here. Need to find a place to land now. There we go. And we're looking forward to John Wick 4. Yeah, man, definitely. Flame whether he uses that mod. I think John Wick 4 already out in America, right? Yeah, if I ever feel like the call, feel free. Hopefully my phone will fully charge. I'm gonna send you those two again. We're paying attention to it. Yeah, Floyd fan. I've heard him say it a lot. I should be mad powerful by now. Let me take this thing down in one hit. Oh, flipping out, he's flying. I gotta use like magic or something. There you go. My day's been cool, man. I too is looking forward to John Wick 4. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll see it this week. Actually, I think I'm probably not gonna see it this week now. Maybe next week, but yeah, I do want to see that. I do want to see John Wick 4. John Wick 1, 2, and 3, fantastic films. I've watched them again recently as well, just to kind of refresh my memory for John Wick 4. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to John Wick 4. Man, rest in peace to Lance Reddick. But yeah, it's a shame, but real sad news. But yeah, John Wick 4 is on my list of movies to watch in the cinemas. Yeah, and I've heard. I mean, I'm trying to avoid like any kind of spoilers, so I've avoided a lot of like the trailers, any kind of clips and things like that. But yeah, a few things I've heard about that movie, and I'm like, bruh. I mean, the film's like 2 hours and what, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. It's just a long movie. And apparently the original cut was like nearly 4 hours. They had to cut it down to 2 hours and 50 minutes. Imagine that. They had to cut it down to 2 hours and 50 minutes. So that's 2 hours and 50 minutes of just the absolute most necessary bits for this. Now, yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie. Making sure, I mean, yeah, it's a long one, but it's gonna be worth the time. Gotta be worth the time. The trailer looks like very impressive. The cinematography looks amazing. I'm a fan of the Purge franchise. And also the stars they got in it, like the big name stars they got in this one now. Like they got Donnie Yen. They got oh, what's his name? Scott Adkins, Hiroyuki Sanada. Man, they've got some people in this one. I'm like, you know what? I just need to. Like I said, I avoided watching a lot of these clips, a lot of the things. I avoided a lot of it because I just like, you know, I don't want anything that could potentially be a spoiler. But yeah, I just seen some stuff and I'm like, bruh. Bad movies. Is that the It Man guy? Donnie Yen, yeah, Donnie Yen. Yeah, I'm not seeing any Purge movies either, actually. The trailers and advertising. I mean, trailers are technically always false advertising when you think about it. Like that's kind of like what they do. But and it's one of the reasons why I don't like to watch trailers for movies that I know I want to watch anyway. Just because like they can sometimes and very oftentimes set up a false expectation for the film. That being said, yeah, it's possible to have a good trailer and a crap movie and a good trailer and so on and so forth. I mean, I think it's maybe this is my bias coming through. But I feel like it's highly unlikely this movie's gonna suck. You know what I mean? I think there's a very, very nothing's impossible, right? But I feel like there's a very, very tiny, tiny chance of this movie sucking. There's an overwhelming 99.999999999 recurring percent chance that this film is going to be just as good, if not better, than the first three movies. So yeah, but hey hopefully I get to see it next week. But we'll see. If you ever are in need of my wisdom, you're always welcome here. Yeah, that's why we came. What to do? Have you lost your way? When that happens, we each have to take a good long look at ourselves. There's always something in the deepest reaches of our hearts, something buried or something forgotten. That doesn't help at all. Remember it, whatever that is, must certainly be what you are looking for. Come all this way for advice, God, to just remember something you don't know what you're trying to remember. Yeah. Easy enough to say, but I can't remember things exactly. Let's be there, look harder. No good. What else is it? In here too. need to watch Contact. Oh, that's a good movie with Matthew McConaughey and Jodie Foster. Yeah, that's a quality film. Yeah, Contact's a quality film. That's worth recommending. That's worth watching. Jodie Foster, Silence of the Lambs, and Bugsy Malone. Bugsy Malone, you know, raw man went old school. Jodie Foster was like a child when she did Bugsy Malone. Man, raw man went proper old school with that one. But yeah, Bugsy Malone, by the way, is a good movie. If you've not seen it, that's another movie worth checking out. It's like it's all child actors, but they're playing grown-ups, as in like they are kids, but their characters they play are adults. It's worth watching. Look at it. Let me not spoil too much, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Was that a question, Jodie Foster? That was until I heard she plays for the pink team. Well, you can still have a crush on her. You just know that that crush would never be reciprocated. But then again, most crushes aren't anyway, so what's the difference, right, really? I think most crushes are never reciprocated, especially celebrity crushes, so it's like, it's not going to matter either way. Maybe a Bugsy, yeah. Jodie Foster. Taxi Driver, oh, another old school one as well, yeah. Remember, haven't forgotten, that's not it. How would you say Eris was right there all along, right by outside? She was so close, we couldn't see her. What Eris did, the words she left behind. The text driver, did she play? Bro, you haven't seen Taxi Driver? Oh, that is a must-see movie. But yeah, she does play a prostitute. Plays like a young, I guess, 12-year-old prostitute in that movie. With Harvey Keitel as her pimp. From the movie The Beach. French. Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I did see that actually. I can't remember much about it, but yeah, I think I did see that one time. I just remember he was running on the beach somewhere. That's for because it looks like the reality of the USA today about direction. Yeah, really sums up. Yeah, unrequited. Hey, such is life, man. Such is life. Society's going. Is it impossible for us to carry on what there is trying to accomplish? We ain't no ancients. That's what you mean. What? Let go off to that place. That's it. What's it? We don't know about it. What did Eris know? Why did she face the froth without running away? She returns there once again, correct? Perhaps I'll have you take me there. You're going to. I'm so surprised about that. You know, I like to get up from time to time and see the outside world. I wonder what did it. I haven't felt like Ages and ages. The Beach is a good movie. It's one of those that you understand more as an adult. The Daffy scene, etc. Oh, anticipating life, yeah. Yeah, I think I saw The Beach like, oh man, must be proper years ago now. I really don't remember much, but I don't remember much what happened. I remember like it being a real weird movie. I remember that. A real weird movie, and there's a scene where he was like running through the jungle or something, and it had like music from a Nintendo game playing in the background. Now, shall we be on our way? I'll teach you how to work the machine. Watch carefully now. You just spawn here. How the practice in nature of society and the tourist trail, etc. And finding something different, like a different way. That's so good. Hey, typos, it happens, man. It happens. Oh, man. Ish. Okay, so I've got different types of material. I mean, different types of huge material. One's magic and one's command. You guys seen that movie with the kid from Skins, Cook? I think it's called Eden Lake. No, I don't believe I have seen that movie. Not sure I've even heard of it, actually. Vendetta would be the UK. How to use them. Below if you ever want to see material. I'm here anytime. V for Vendetta was a lot to do with masking, actually. Like, I guess that power of a mask. You know, and how everybody wears a mask in some way. It was quite a metaphorical film from what I remember. God, just flying? What is this, flying around? I wonder where you're taking me. I don't know. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going about wonder where you're taking me. Like, alright. It's a horror movie about a couple who get terrorized by these kids in the woods, like chubby kids. I think it's the most disturbing film I've ever seen, and I've seen a bunch of banned horror movies. Yeesh. Okay. What's it called again? Eden Lake. Alright. I'm supposed to find the errors or something, because I think I'm supposed to find Eris. I'm supposed to find this Eris chick, like, where though? Okay, Brett, and you've been around. Me, so I'm gonna listen. Okay. Just talk about movies, it's all good. There's that place where the this place. Oh, flippin' hell, man. I think I've gotten to a spot where I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I ain't gonna lie. I know I'm supposed to find Eris apparently, or something to do with Eris, but I swear they did not give me a clue as to where exactly I'm supposed to be going. Martyrs. Yes, I've seen Martyrs a while back. Watched it on one of my movie nights actually. But yeah, mental indeed. I had a friend back in the day who used to come over and put on the most messed up movies he could find. Hey, that's a good friend. People at that time have seen that my brother said it was much. So I hated We should be talking about games on game night. That's so good. I mean, on the movie nights, we're not always talking about movies, right? So it just is what it is. This is what it is. We could talk about movies, talk about games, talk about whatever. Well, as long as we don't cross nobody's boundaries, it's all good. Is there any upcoming releases you're looking forward to? I'm not sure what's coming out, you know, to be honest with you. We could freestyle. Yeah, that's it. Freestyle rap. That's what you guys need to do right now. Jacob's up first. Freestyle rapping from Jacob. Hit it. Yeah, I'm not even sure what's coming out. I guess the Legend of Zelda, new Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, it's a Zelda game, so that looks pretty cool. I'm actually not really entirely sure what else is coming out. Like, I know there's a bunch of stuff that have just recently been released, like the Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 4 remake, Hogwarts Legacy, Dead Space remake as well. They look pretty cool. And of course, God of War Ragnarok from last year. I'm not sure what's still to come. Let me just run a quick search. Games to be released in 2023. Let's see if anything. Well, I guess there's a few big names coming out. Street Fighter 6. Oh, RoboCop Rogue City. That's probably gonna suck, but man, you never know. The Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. But yeah, I think for myself, Legend of Zelda. But to be honest, I'm probably not buying these games on release anyway. So yeah. How about yourself? Has anybody got any games or movies or whatever that you're looking forward to coming out? Yeah, sorry, Infected with my father. Pulls back then. I didn't understand it, but I liked it. Goes to links. Burnt Dude and Viva Vendetta. Wasn't that V? I don't think this game's given me any clues as to where exactly I'm supposed to go. Turn into spiritual energy and return to the planet. But can we get back to Midgar though? Because Midgar is where we meet Eris to begin with. That's where her house is. I don't think we can get back to Midgar though. dropped the key to this gate somewhere. It must have been on that excavation tool. Yeah, so you can't get back in. We locked all the way out. Hugo Weaving is the actor who played V. Yes, indeed. Verily, vivaciously, vically. That whole V monologue he did, that was pretty cool though, wasn't it? You may call me V. The virtual reality stuff is getting pretty good. I watched a couple of walkthroughs of virtual true Titanic simulation on YouTube the other day. I think the software was called Unreal Engine. Oh, okay. I tried it myself. Yeah, virtual reality is pretty cool. It is. I mean, I haven't tried it recently, so the last time I tried it was maybe a few years back, like 3-4 years back, I think. So it would have improved since then. But when I tried it back then, it was pretty impressive. Like it was pretty impressive. So yeah, I'm sure it's much better now. That being said, there's still issues with virtual reality, like space being the biggest one, and space being the biggest issue, and also just things like some people get like motion sickness and things like that. But yeah, no, it's pretty impressive what they're doing with VR. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going though. They did not give me a single clue. Like, mate, come on. Yes, next step up. Once it logically to enter the virtual world. See anyone else other than trying out virtual reality snooker? He falls over, thinking the table there to lean on and explain it all. Boy, yeah. That happens. That happens, man. Oof. Got to be careful out there, innit? We can't go any further. Or can I? Oh wait, I guess I can. Because I could do this again. Haze, you remember an old school movie called Tron? Yeah, I remember Tron. They made a part 2 to that, and apparently they're making a part 3. I mean, I can't lie, man. Part 2 did not do it for me. And I'm really not looking forward to a part 3 either at this point. But yeah, Tron was a classic though, like of 1970, 1980. It was old school. I think it's on Disney Plus actually. Maybe we are simulated characters that are being played out by some bored super high tech aliens. Hey, it could be. It could be like everything we've ever experienced is really just parts of the simulation. Man, I'm just falling down this whole damn thing, man. Yeah, it was an old school film. Jeff Bridges, was it? Yeah, I remember watched the sequel to that in the cinema when it came out, and I was so bored, man. So bored. Drone was virtual reality before it became a reality. Yeah, probably was actually. Like the old school virtual reality back in the day. Yeah, that's pretty much what Tron was. To watch a movie I haven't seen for ages called Ransom. Mel Gibson. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know the film we're talking about. Ugh. Tron was made by visionaries, yeah. I felt like the whole film, though, I mean, it's been a while since I watched Tron now, so I'm sure I've forgotten a lot about it, but from what I can remember, I felt like that whole film was just ahead of its time. Oh man, can this ski course be over yet? Avant-garde. What does avant-garde mean? I know I should probably know because I've seen that phrase before. But I must confess, I actually don't know what avant-garde means. I know it's something to do with like an artistic style, I think. But yeah, I actually don't know what it means. And now Jacob's laughing at me. Okay. Jacob's laughing at my ignorance. Ha 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 ha, you stupid man. Don't you know what's the most common phrases in the English language? Innovative, advanced. Ah, okay. I see. Oh, man. I appreciate you telling me. Ugh. You clearly learned, fellow. You know what? At the risk of sounding just a teensy bit arrogant, I feel like my knowledge / intelligence is at a okay level. There's definitely people far more knowledgeable than me, far more intelligent than me. I recognize that. But I feel like I'm at least at a point where I'm intelligent enough to recognize where I'm not good at things. You know what I mean? Or where things that I'm maybe struggle with. I feel like I'm at least there. Like maybe not all the time, and I'm not gonna try and big up myself too much because I know not all the time. But I feel like a decent portion of the times I'm able to recognize where I'm not good at something and where I need to maybe ask for help or delegate a responsibility. I do think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of us make, especially guys, let's be honest, a lot of guys do this, is that we like to think that we're good at everything. We like to think that we know everything. We have all the answers because that's kind of how we're raised. You know, a man is the man, you're the man, you know this and you should not be, you know, that kind of thing. And we do that so much that it's when somebody corrects us or when somebody says something that goes against what we do, like we go into defense mode, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't have to be that way. I mean, I guess sometimes people aren't always kind when they're correcting you, and sometimes people can be very mean and rude when they're trying to tell you something. So I'm not saying that's okay, but at the same time, you know, we also need to recognize that when we're, you know, just wrong, you know what I mean? Or when we just don't know something, and be okay with admitting that we got something wrong, we made a mistake, and somebody else might have a better understanding of it, rather than trying to let your ego gas you up to the point where you're so convinced that your way is the right way that you're just causing problems. You're just causing problems. So I feel like I'm okay with just that. Maybe not all the time. You know, I'm still human, still trying to work on things. I ain't trying to sound perfect, but I do feel like I feel like I'm definitely better than I was. I'll say that I'm better than I was. Like if I go back, I don't know, 20 years ago or something, 20, whatever, you know, when I was in teenage years, more than 20 years ago now, actually. I feel like I'm definitely better than I was. And even like 20s and 30s, I think now I'm better than I was at just being able to admit certain things. So yeah. That's where I'm at. That's where my knowledge and intelligence is at. Hey, he's showing some humility. It's a rare occurrence. I try, man. I try. Yeah, Brax is getting shaped up. Oh, sorry. I hit one of my buttons. My bad. That was a mistake. I wasn't trying to do that. Back to my barbers till a couple of from now. Hair grows back fast next time. I'm getting a lower cut, the boosty fade, baby. Oh, that sound effect, anyways. There you go then. Just for Jacob. Speaking of Boosie, there's this dudes that I see on the internet every so often called Boosie Badass, who apparently is a rapper. I've never heard him rap. I'm not saying that as a diss. I realized that sounded like a diss. It's not a diss. I've never heard him rap. He's never come up in my scope as a musician. He's only ever come up in my scope as somebody who just says the dumbest things on the internet. Maybe not all the time, to be fair, but a lot of the time he just says some dumb ass things. Now I'm not trying to cuss the dude. I don't know the dude. Yeah, he's pretty much on that. He lives on that show. But at the same time, it's like he just says some madness, and it's like there's a point where it's like, bro, just sit down, go home. I swear nobody asks for your opinion. Like what? Why is it always like you scroll on Twitter, whatever, and it's some thing saying, oh, Boosie Badass said this about this. Boosie Badass said this about that. Boosie Badass. It's like, bro, stay in your own business, fam. Like, why are you in so many people's business about what they should be doing, who's this and who's that? It's like, nah, come on, man. Just stay in your own business. Apparently he's a rapper. Maybe put out some actual rap songs. Like, I don't know. Like, what is this guy? Boosie's fade is his haircut. Too. He's a great rapper. He's from my state. Great, boy. You might need to find the word great in that one, Braxton. You might need to find the word great. Because I'm just saying, when somebody becomes more known for being on Vlad TV than actually rapping, I don't know if you could call him a great rapper. And look, like I said, I ain't heard none of his songs. He may have some really, really cool songs. He may even indeed have some really, really great songs. I'm not saying he can't have great songs. I'm just saying, can we really call someone a great rapper when they're more famous for being on Vlad TV than their actual rapping? I'm just saying. some great hits, but as for other things, I don't agree with. My head not well versed. I remember nearly got hands put on him by Mike Tyson when he made insensitive remarks about my lesbian daughter. But man needs to just stay in his business. Like, why is he always in so? I swear, this man is always in other people's business, though. It's like I scroll on Twitter and it's like I see these pop-ups, you know, these for like news articles popping up about him saying something about somebody. It's like, yo, stay in your own business. Nobody asked you. You don't need to be talking about nobody's lesbian daughter. It's like, ain't none of your business. Like, what? That's another thing as well. I swear this man's always talking about gay people. Like, this man is always forever talking about gay people. It's like, yo, if you're gay, just admit it. You know what I mean? Just admit it. Like, you don't need to be like snow as far as you can see. Better watch where I walk. I'll place the landmark and start walking. I've got some material. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Or where I'm going. Now we're fighting. Max, I have to be honest, I don't like this as a rapper. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, speaking of rappers, actually, they found 2 of the 3 people guilty who, so the 3 suspects who killed XXX Tentacion, 2 of them are found guilty. I think one of them had a plea deal. But yeah, 2 of them are found guilty. So like, music and style. Some of my swag is inspired by him. Look, we can't go to the cliff. Just give it up. Look, we can't go to the cliff, so just give it. Wait. So how do I get back then? Oh no, I just saved, didn't I? So how do I get back? Oh, flipping hell. Don't... Because I just saved over my last save. Oh, no. Don't tell me... No. If I can't go forward... Oh, shit. And I just saved... No, 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 no. Oh, wait, wait, wait. No, we can't go to the cliff, so just give it up. So how do I... Flipping out. No, this sucks. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this absolutely sucks. If you're not going to let me go forward... So how do I get back to the world? How do I get back to the world? Because apparently this is not the way to go. Ugh. This haircut has been one of the favourites for some years. With the high top. If he's a fan of that, you should check out Kid from Kid and Play. Kid from Kid and Play from the 80s and 90s. Oh, mate. Anyhow, I can't get back. Can't go forward. Can't go back. This is gonna suck. So I don't want to start this again. Over some nonsense. If I get... I'm dreading this, man. I'm dreading this. So if I'm gonna get all the way back, I'll go back to the because I don't think you can get back from this other end. You had to go forward, and if they're not gonna let me go forward, and I can't go back from here, then I might just. Oh wait, what's going on? So I can't even walk. Oh, you know what? Nah. Nah. I mean, no. I don't know if you can see it, but I've put 44 hours and 30 minutes into this game. And I'm stuck here because of what? I can't go forward and I can't go back. Who did... No, that is not okay. That is not okay. Why would you design a game and have it so that you can't go forward and you can't go back? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Is this a place I'm supposed to be? Because I don't even know if this is... I don't know if I'm in the right place. I don't know if I'm in the right place because it's not giving me any kind of clues. I might be able to salvage to some degree, but I don't even know. I'm just pissed right now. Because it's not clear where I'm supposed to go. And when I go somewhere, I get stuck. Like, what the hell? I'm actually a bit annoyed at that. That is actually annoys me quite a bit. I ain't gonna lie. can't go forward, can't go back, and I don't know if this is the right place to be. I don't want to be fighting these bozos, man. You really want to order those Godsmack and Slayer jerseys when I can. Godsmack, I remember them. Had that song, I stand alone inside, I stand alone. Yeah. Oh, mate. Yeah, for a Scorpion King soundtrack, have been one of my favorite bands since then. Wasn't Scorpion King okay? I'm just trying to get back, man. I'm just trying to get back. I think I had their album at one time, Godsmack. I used to that album quite a lot. I forget what it's called, but it had like the stretched out face on it. Flipping on, man. These random battles are just too much sometimes. Like, bro, I'm just trying to get to where I'm going. Just trying to get to where I'm going, man. Old breath. Ugh. Well, she's really picking on Barrett right now. Yeah, Scorpion King was a pretty decent film, though. I mean, it's not. Yeah, you know, it wasn't. It's not big up too much, but. But yeah, I mean, all things considered, it was a pretty decent flick. Oh, man. Yo, Sam B's in the house. Sam B in the place to be. How's you doing? As we play Final Fantasy. Bloody random battles, man. How's your day going? How's your day been? I just found out that I might have put 40 plus hours into this game just to get stuck somewhere that I can't move from. That's what, I don't know. Maybe I can get out of this. Maybe. Trying to get back, man. I'm trying to get back, and I'm not sure that I can. I'm good. Eating too much crap though, so my stomach hates me. Hey, that's not hate. That's wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh. We made it. We made it back. Yeah, I'm happy. What you're feeling is not hate, Sam. It's that love is painful. That's what you're feeling right now. It's all love. But love hurts. Sometimes love hurts. Good kind of hurt, not the bad kind of hurt. But sometimes love hurts. Oh, I'm just glad I made it back to this place, but I still don't know where I'm supposed to be going. $200 gills. Piss take, man. Yeah, your cheesy pizza. Oh, okay, yeah. Your stomach hates you then. I ain't gonna lie, your stomach hates you right now. That is very. You are right. Your assessment was spot on. Your stomach hates you. Your stomach hates you. So yeah, that is it. That is exactly it. That. You're gonna get the rumblies. You're gonna be farting way more than usual. You might not even know if it's a poop or a fart at times. Probably best not to risk it, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Oof. Alright. That's saved in a place that is a bit more saved. Let me just quit out this for a second. This game's pissed me off right now. Yeah, and that's 4 rappers, my favorite ones in my life have been Nelly, 50 Cent, Twister, Mystical, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Boosie, Paul Wall, Master P, Diddy, Eminem, Ja Rule, Bone Crusher. Okay. Yeah, some guys I like on that list. Some guys I've honestly never heard of. But yeah. The heart wants what it wants, so what can you do? That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. When you're in the mood for a cheesy pizza, you know, a tofu cake just won't do, right? I think I just about everyone got more than one list of them. Let's see, favorite rappers for me, going off the top of my head. Let's see, names that come to my mind right now would be Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Eminem, Cannabis, Little Sims, Dave, Stormzy, that's probably, there's a lot of Nas, there's probably loads more I'm forgetting, I'm sure. Oh, Royster 5'9". Then we could go into the battle rap circuit. Pat Stay, rest in peace to Pat Stay. Disaster has become one of my favorites over the years. LA Saint, Gemini. Oof. Man, there's loads, man. There's loads. I'm sure I'm forgetting loads. I'm forgetting loads, but yeah. There's a few from across the world. I'll eat very little tomorrow and drink lots of water. I'll be good in no time. Is that the trick? Obviously, eat a load of cheesy pizza. Just don't eat anything else and drink lots of water. Hey, if it works, it works. If it works, it works. My trick is just don't go anywhere the next day. Just make sure I'm not going anywhere the next day. That's my trick. Just let it run through. Make sure you got plenty of toilet paper. Alright, let me see what I can figure out. To me, I'll overindulge from time to time, then fast a little. Is that a Sam Barbie's version of intermittent fasting? Overindulge, and they were like, "Oh yeah, give me a minute." Where is we're supposed to be going though? Oh man. Ugh, I don't know, man. This game's pissing me off right now. I ain't gonna lie. This game's pissing me off right now. Alright. I'm gonna have to come back to this with less tired eyes and a fresh brain. Because apparently this ain't it. This ain't it. Taco Bell Friday pizza tonight. My stomach aches me. Taco Bell's alright, you know. I've been there years ago. I haven't been there for a while, but yeah, they're alright still, you know. First day. That's alright. Sometimes when your stomach aches you say the wrong date. That happens. It happens. Oh, man. But yeah, I ain't been Taco Bell for a long ass time. There's not that many, I guess, though, to be fair. I mean, there's a few, I think, in London that I've seen around. Usually smaller shops, though. I don't think I've been to a Taco Bell in London. I think the one I went to Taco Bell was somewhere else. So I think it was in Canada I went to a Taco Bell. Sorry, try not to expose my mouth on camera too much. I was a little underwhelmed with the Taco Bell, to be honest. The naan bread thingy was delicious. Oh man. So here's something interesting about naan bread that I didn't know until maybe a few months ago. It's actually not called naan bread. It's just called naan. And the reason for that is because naan translates as bread. So yes, it's just naan. So I didn't know that till recently. Until then, I was none the wiser. Yeah. Crappy joke aside, but yeah, naan means bread. So yeah, it's just naan. That bit is true. That bit is true. Well, at least according to what I was told, anyway. Man. Keeping it bread. I think you get used to it after a while, isn't it? You just get used to it. And I think for the most part, nobody really cares. But yeah, every now and then you might run into somebody who's like, actually. Well, I say nobody cares. I'm sure, like, let me put it like that. That sounded bad. I'm sure there are people who care. Like, for example, if you was in, I don't know, in India, you probably would just say naan, right? Because you'd be confusing people, like, bread? What's this bread? But yeah, I think over here, yeah, you're probably fine saying naan bread. It's like Brazil nuts, right? If you was in Brazil, you wouldn't call them Brazil nuts. You'd be like, they're just nuts. they're just nuts here. Yeah. Even if they don't care, not really, they care. Yeah. But like when it comes to that sort of thing, though, I mean, I don't think no one's expected to know everything, right? Because it just you can't, no one knows everything. But I think generally speaking, when you go to places and like let's say you go into like restaurants with that serve foods from different parts of the world, I think as long as you're not being like purposefully like rude about certain things, then yeah, I feel like most people don't mind that you get something wrong or you didn't know the name or you know what I mean. It's like it's just a minor thing. It's a minor thing. At the very least, anytime I've been to a place and I've said naan bread, they haven't said anything back, then it's like, oh well. I don't mean to offend you. But yeah, my guess is it's not a big deal, at least not over here anyway. That'd be my guess. Of course. Like you said, it's 2023. Somebody would get you cancelled over it. Oh man. Too tired to stream. Not stream, game. Too tired to game. I don't think I'm too tired to stream, but I might fall asleep on stream. Let me try this thing again. Stick to British places, and it's not a culture thing, it's I'm ignorant and know nothing thing. Well, in that case, yeah. But I don't know, if you go to English places and you ask for naan bread, they might be like, sorry, but Granny didn't make any bread today, so we just got regular bread. You know, that was lame, but I don't care. I'm keeping it. It's bad when you're too tired to stream. Yeah. I know why, by the way. I know why. I was up early, which I'm usually up early. By the way, it's not. That's a normal thing for me. But I would typically have like an afternoon rest, like an afternoon nap, and I didn't really do that today. So yeah, and that's all catching up. You call them uncultured swines. Uncultured swine? How very dare you? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 9 minutes past 10. Alright, maybe try and Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What's going on? That's not what I want to do at all. Why? Does it show me this though? Oh, flipping hell. This game broke. Oh, there we go. There we go, finally. question. I know what I mean, and I'm good because actually, hey, coming across is rude. Now, speaking of restaurants, here's a question for everybody. When you're in a restaurant, and when I say restaurant, I'm talking about like, I mean, not necessarily fancy places, but including those as well, including fancy places as well, but not necessarily just fancy places, but anything more than like a fast food joint. Like when you go to a restaurant that isn't like a McDonald's or a KFC or something like that, like when you go to like a proper restaurant where they have waiters and they bring the foods to you, those type of restaurants, right? When you go to a place like that and you're looking for the menu and you're deciding what you want to have, and there's an item there's a menu item that looks really cool, but it includes something that you don't eat. Like it doesn't matter. There's some kind of ingredient. It doesn't really matter what it is. Whatever food you don't eat for whatever reason, whether you don't like the taste, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever food you just do not eat, it includes that. Do you ask them for that menu item, but take out the food item, the ingredient that you don't eat, or do you just choose something else that has stuff that you can eat? Like, what do you do? That's my question for everybody in the group. So you're in a restaurant, you're looking for the menu, you see something, it looks nice, but it contains something that you don't eat. Do you ask them to take it out, or do you just get something completely different that has stuff that you can eat without having to change anything? Because I know what I would do, and I know why I would do what I would do. But let me ask you guys, what would you do before I say what I would do, or what I've done rather? Because this is something that has happened to me. This is a real life situation that has happened on more than one occasion. Oh wait, not dead yet. I ask if it's possible. Oh shoot. Okay. I ask if it's possible. If yeah, great. And if not, I have a backup option. So if possible, they'll do it, but if not, they're okay, choose something else. I see. Okay. I'm sure if anybody else is going to answer, so I'll tell you what I would do. Yeah, I would choose something else. And the reason for that is because I kind of look at food, in particular when you go to certain restaurants, I kind of look at the food that they serve as somebody's creation. You know, somebody put those ingredients together in that way, cooked it in that style and style. Somebody created that. Somebody took the time to put that together. And so I look at it like, if I take anything out of it, or even add anything to it, then it's not that creation anymore. It's something else. And although as far as taste goes, it's probably going to make it better for me if I take certain things out or whatever, or it makes the experience better for me. But I'd rather like not do that to somebody's creation. So for me, it'd be like, yeah, I'd look at the menu. If there's something that I like or like the look of, but it has something that I don't eat or can't eat or whatever, then I'll look for something else that has things that has all the things I can't without me having to take anything out. That way I can experience that person's creation as the way it was intended, or as close possible. So yeah, that's that's what I do. And I mean, places like McDonald's, it doesn't really matter too much, because their whole thing is not McDonald's, sorry, Burger King, because their whole thing is like, you know, have it your way, right? And even like a Subway, it's like it's all have it your way. That's their whole kind of setup. But places that aren't really advertising like that, you know, where it's not the thing to do, then it's like, you know what, I'll just choose something else. That way I know that I've had something that this person created in the way that they intended it to be consumed. It's not something I do often, but I hate garlic, and if most stuff has garlic, I see something that speaks to me. I ask if it's possible not to have garlic. That's the only time. But yeah, it can be difficult though. It can be difficult, especially when, like, I mean, I suppose if the restaurant is called Everything Has Garlic in It, it's maybe best to just don't go to that restaurant, right? But yeah, if you go into a restaurant and it's just a lot of stuff has, whether it's got garlic or just something, it can be difficult. And garlic is such a common ingredient as well, so it's probably going to be in most, maybe not most, but certainly a lot of foods. Imagine that though, going to a restaurant called, like, I don't know, the Garlic Lovers Supreme Restaurant. You go there and you're like, can you take the garlic out though? Yeah, maybe that doesn't. One thing I wish I liked, I would make my life so much easier. You know, it's funny actually, speaking of garlic, I never used to like garlic when I was a kid. Like, in fact, probably throughout most of my life, I've never liked garlic. Well, at least a good portion of it. I wouldn't say most, because there's lots of times I just never even ate it anyway. But I remember trying it when I was a kid, not liking it at all. And my dad would buy this garlic bread that he would eat. And I remember trying some of that, and I just thought it was the most awfulest thing ever. So I never liked garlic when I was a kid, and I avoided it so much. And even times where I maybe had it accidentally, I just didn't like it. But in the last maybe, I don't know, 5 years, I want to say 5, maybe 10 years, I remember trying garlic bread, and I was like, yo, this is really good. And yeah, like, garlic bread is legit one of my favorite things now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it was the way it was done. Maybe it was the way it was prepared. I don't know. It could be all kinds of reasons for that. But it is legit one of my favorite things now. Like, toasted garlic bread is like, it's so good. It's that bad. If my kids eat garlic, I won't go near them. Maybe you're a vampire. Huh? I mean, it's within the realms of possibilities, right? Little horror movies you watch, not liking garlic. Just saying. Not being religious, you know, just saying, you might be a vampire. But the thing is, though, if you're a vampire and you go out during the daytime, that means you're one of those like Twilight vampires, because they go out in the daytime. I'm just saying, you could be a Twilight vampire. Talking about religion the other day, actually. Oh, okay. So maybe not a fully full vampire then. I'm just calling it how I see it. I mean, Twilight vampires go out in the daytime, right? So. You'd have to avoid going out during the daytime from here on out. Waiting whether I was actually an atheist or not. Okay. I mean, pardon my ignorance, but that seems like a pretty simple debate, right? If you believe there's a God, or then you're not an atheist. If you don't believe there's a God, then you are. or I don't know, is there more to it than that? Perhaps this is my ignorance showing right now. Perhaps I don't realize there's more to it than that. I used to play this game so much. Now I suck at it. Oh, fuck no. But it's cool to see that my high score is still within the top 1,000 in the world, though. Which probably means most people don't play this game anymore, but still, I'll take it. I'll take it. So I don't actually... Ooh, okay, one sec. Let me pause this and read that properly. See, I don't actually know. I just assume that was because I don't follow a faith, but it's not that. I don't believe. It's more to do with there is so many religious faiths. Who am I to say what's true and what's not? Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I think that's a thought that crosses a lot of people's minds. You know, there's lots of different religions out there, or how do you know which is the right one, so to speak? You know, that kind of thing. And I don't know. I feel like they're all right. You know, they're all the right ones. It's just about, you know, which one makes sense to you, if any of them make sense to you, you know? Because effectively most, say, Abrahamic religions, which is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, they all pretty much say the same things in terms of, like, you know, don't steal, don't kill, and things like that. You know, there's more. They have more in common than they have differences. And the biggest thing in all those religions is the belief in one God. when it comes to, like, you know, the Abrahamic religions, is the biggest thing is belief in one God. So there's that. There's that question. Do you believe in a God? Do you believe in multiple gods? You know, do you believe in that sort of thing? Like, what is it that seems to resonate with you in terms of when you think of the world? Because the truth is, like, you can't, well, let me put it this way, you can't prove it to anybody but yourself, you know? Like, I could tell you why I believe in God. It won't mean anything to you, you know? I could even tell that to somebody who does believe in God. It won't mean anything to them. Because ultimately, you could only really decide for yourself, like, how does the thought of God make you feel? Does that make you feel like, yeah, this makes sense, or no, this is silly? You know what I mean? Like, no one can really tell you what to feel, because it's always going to be down to you, what life has told you, what your experiences has taught you, and all those things kind of combined, you know. I mean, of course, I'm kind of with a little bit of a bias, right? Because I do believe in God, but it's always going to be down to what makes sense to you, you know. To me, God makes sense, and like I said, I could say why I believe, but it's not going to mean anything to anybody else but me. And ultimately, when it comes to, I know a lot of times people say things, well, can you prove there's a God? And I know I can't. I can't. Not to you anyway. I can't prove it to you. I could prove it to myself, but I can't prove it to you. And I feel like it's the same with everybody. You know, you can either prove it or disprove it to yourself, but you can't prove or disprove it to anybody else, because it's such a personal journey as to how you arrived there. You know, whether you're born into a religious family or not, you know, ultimately you have this personal journey as to how you arrive as to where you arrive, you know, and no one else can tell you what that answer is. It's just down to what makes sense to you, you know. How does it make you feel? And yeah, just go from there. But yeah, I think questioning one's faith or things like along those lines, I mean, even as someone who does believe there is a God, like, it's always like, you know, a question, you know, do I still believe it, or have I just been doing this for so long, you know, it just feels like that's what you're supposed to do. So it's like a constant thing, and I think it probably should be a constant thing, reaffirming yourself, do I still actually believe this? Because beliefs can change, you know, life changes, things that inform you change, experience change, and sometimes your belief changes and you don't always necessarily realize that's changing. So you have to keep questioning it. Do I still believe this? Is this still who I am? And you got to be honest with yourself. That's the I guess that's the main thing. Always be honest with yourself, because you can tell anybody anything, but you can never lie to yourself. I mean, you can, but it wouldn't be a good idea, because you'd be miserable. Right? So you're always gonna be honest with yourself. What do you believe? You know, not what people expect of you, not what people tell you are, not what makes you look cool in front of your friends. What do you believe? Ooh. Damn snakes, man. Eesh. I respect people's beliefs, but they don't respect yours. Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. I mean, I think some people are very disrespectful of other people's faiths. Or lack of faiths. I think that's very true. I'm just not sure what. Well, hopefully one day it will come to you. Oh, man. In the meantime, I guess you just do what feels right. There's a lot of world out there, and some of it is yet to be discovered. So all you can do is all you can do. Just keep doing the best you can do with the things that you have available to you. And hopefully by doing that, things will start to fall into place. I never go down the organized religion route. No, thank you. No, thank you. You prefer disorganized religion? Nothing. Storms are moving through this area. But is it happening now, Brax? Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, trying to delete it up. No, it's okay. Yo, dude. Make sure you're indoors, man. Make sure you're indoors. Yeah, there's people making money. Like this feels wrong to me. I mean, if you're talking about corruption, then yeah, that happens. Unfortunately, that happens. So for me, it's like separating the message from the messengers, kind of thing, you know. Like if I'm following something as I do, right, then what's important to me is that I'm doing it as best as I can. And one of the ways in which I try to do that is by looking at what do the rules actually say, You know, what does the book actually say? Because one of the things I noticed growing up is that you hear a lot of people say things like, this says that, and this person said this, and this said that, and it's a lot of like hearsay. And then you're like, okay, but what does it actually say? And I feel like when you realize that so many people who claim to be religious don't actually read the books that they're supposed to be following. You know, they don't actually read the actual texts that they're supposed to be following, and they're just relying on what people are telling them. And then when you realize that, you realize how easy it is to manipulate somebody. And the unfortunate truth is that some people take advantage of that, whether deliberately, like purposefully, or whether because, you know, I don't know, mental health issues or whatever, I don't know. But the point is that I kind of realized very, I don't say early on, but certainly at a point when I did decide to take religion more seriously, but I kind of realized relatively quickly from there that the way I understood Islam was very, very different to how most people understood it, and till this day it still is. I won't go into all the details because it's a lot of stuff, but so I think suffice to say for now is that I personally believe that whether it's through ignorance or whether it's through malicious, I don't know, but I do personally believe that there are people who are more concerned with following traditions of, say, Arab culture or Middle Eastern culture, or even just their own kind of family culture, family traditions, than they are with following what's actually in the Quran. And you know, that's a shame. And I remember I've tried talking to people about this, and you kind of get met with the whole, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't read that kind of thing. And so I'll say, okay, explain it to me. Until this day, I'm not trying to sound like I know everything, because I don't. But to this day, I've not come across a good enough explanation as to why a lot of people are that way when I'm reading this book and it clearly says, do this, do that. You know what I mean? It seems very straightforward to me. So yeah, there's the unfortunate truth there is whether it's deliberate or other, I don't know, but there is definitely a lot of corruption, a lot of misguidance, yeah, those things going on. And so for me, it's like, yeah, once you can separate what does that actual source say, the actual source material, what does that say, and then you could compare that to what people are actually doing, and where you can see the differences, you can understand that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they're just doing it under the guise of, you know, religion and so on. I grew up Baptist, went non-denominational at 15 and decided to be spiritual in late 2012. Okay, is that still the case, Brax? Yeah, it's moving through now, and yeah, I mean, those are good. That's good. I can't read the Bible, I'm afraid. I've tried. I've tried. Even die-hard Christians put religion before family. I just don't get it. Even what up, Ben? There we go. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, Ben just walked in on one of our more serious conversations. So good. Man like Ben coming through. How is you? yeah, I think for me, I just try to keep it simple. I think faith is something that's personal to the individual, and yeah, people are going to believe different things. You know, not everyone's going to believe the thing you believe. Not everybody's going to agree with you, and that's just how it is. You know, you still try to get along. You still try to be a decent human being as best as you can in this world, and I get it, that could be difficult, right? We all know it could be difficult at times to be a good person, but we try. But I think that one of the biggest things is self-awareness, you know, and I feel like a lot of people, religious or not, you know, a lot of us lack self-awareness, and we're very quick to tell other people what they're doing wrong and not realize what we're doing wrong, you know. Like how a lot of times you get like a religious person telling you that you're going to hell for this, that, and whatever, right? You're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. It's like, okay. But in the same script that you claim to follow, it tells you not to make judgments on people. It's like, you know what I mean? There's a big lack of self-awareness there when people say stuff like that. So, yeah, be kind, I think. Be kind, be considerate. Live and let live. But there's a quote by Black Ice, he's a poet. He says, it's a beautiful world, but ugly souls push the buttons. And I think that's true for a lot of things. You know, there's a lot of beauty in this world and in life, you know. But unfortunately, ugly souls are pushing the buttons. So that beauty is often masked and not always easy to see. Yep, still awesome. Very much family first, always. That's the way I was brought up. There's good things. The religion the other night I watched the Infidel. Anyone seen it? Infidel. I don't think I've seen that. Isn't? Oh no! I think I said that. Never mind. I was thinking of that Session Barakoa movie. No, that's something else. But no, I don't think I've seen the Infidel. It revolves around a British Muslim who goes through an identity crisis when he discovers he was adopted as a child, having been born to a Jewish family. So if you're still Muslim, by the way, awesome. Assalamu alaikum, Sophie. I'm guessing that's a comedy, The Infidel, then. The way you describe it sounds like a comedy. And Omar Jalali's a kind of comedic actor as well, so I'm guessing it's a comedy. But hey, it could be a real thing. It could be a real thing. They roasted me tonight, so proud. Maybe she'd be a battle rapper one day. That's what battle rappers do, just roasting people in the best way possible. Oh, man. Yeah, it's coming off Amazon Prime in the next few days, so I decided to give it a watch. Oh, next few days, alright. Hopefully I can get time to check it before it disappears. Maybe. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, wait, if Sophie's Muslim now, is she fasting? Because it is Ramadan right now. So that means she has to fast between dawn and sunset. Yeah, dawn and sunset. So from what's that? From around about 4:20 in the morning up until about 6:20 in the evening. So that's what she's gonna do. She told me I'm so ugly, even Bob the Builder can't fix me. She said my dad left to get milk and never came back. Oh, that one. I mean, I'm not sure where she heard that from. Pretty good one. We have fun in these chats. I just seen your Insta post, by the way, so let me hit the like on that. Not you. I was impressed though. Most parents get upset. Say nice one. I mean, you gotta encourage the kids, right? You gotta encourage the kids because, you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna be them that inherit the world, and you gotta hopefully you want to give them as much, you know, confidence and as much as you can to do as best as they can as they navigate the planet in whatever future form it takes, right? You know, you can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it. And one of the ways which you prepare for it is by making sure your kids have confidence, even if that does mean taking their insults. My ex told me about Baha'i years ago. I think I spelled it right. Baha'i. What was Baha'i? Baha'i? Is it Baha'i? Is that Samoan or Hawaiian maybe? Baha'i. What's the word? That was Pacific Island. Sophie has difficulties that make life harder, so if Fancy makes her happy, I'll take her roasting. Indeed. Indeed. Speaking of roasting, I think I'm roasted. Ugh, yeah. I'm gonna start whining on this stream. Oof. It's neither. It's the belief of Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism put together. Okay. I see. I mean, I guess you could. Like I was saying before, like there's a lot those religions. Well, actually, wait, Buddhism. Actually, no, wait a minute. I don't know much about Buddhism. I also went Judaism before, wasn't I? Never mind. I don't know if you could put Buddhism. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know enough about Buddhism to know if that will work, but maybe. I mean, I guess that probably all has the same kind of underlying principles of certain things. So, yeah, it might, maybe. It's a tough time of playing. Oh. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, she's doing better now. Alright. Oof, guys. So, the next live stream should be on Monday. Watching the X-Files episodes 8, 9, and 10, if I'm remember that correctly. Yeah. I think my eyelids have just gotten very heavy right now. It's just how it is. She goes through these phases. No, I see. Well, it's good she's got you to help her through it. And to take her roasting. Which I'm sure helps her through it as well. Yeah. But yeah, glad she's doing alright for now. Alright, guys, you've been awesome as always. Appreciate you and all that you do. And take her beatings. Wait, you're the mummy, aren't you supposed to beat her? Oh wait. She beats you, okay. Sophie tells you when to go to bed. You go to bed now. Yes, Sophie. That's the way it should be. Yeah, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Kids beating their parents sounds like a good idea to me. We should normalize that. Normalize kids beating their parents and tearing them off. That's what we should normalize. I don't know if that's a tide that's talking or if that's an actual good idea. She's stronger than me. But yeah. Alright. Oof. Yeah, I have to lay my head down, guys. Whenever, if ever. Peace.